That's a vat. I'm not sure what year, but it's pretty cool. Thinner front end than I think some of them I've seen. It's different that way. I don't know much about that, to be honest, but this doesn't look like one that I've seen actually. Different look. I don't know if it's a kit on it or that's how it looks. But front end of it in particular has a different kind of look. It's pretty cool. The pipes on the side look cool. Good old WPC Junior, you know. Great racer in his day. Yeah, the Corvette Stingray. Complete with fiberglass body, 427, etc. Pretty nice looking car. I mean, definitely in really good shape for, I don't know what year it would be, I really don't. I'd say like 69, something like that, no? Someone will post it when I put on YouTube, so oh no, that's a whatever year, I don't know, but pretty cool. Then you got these things over here. Those electric cars, I think they're never buy a Tesla. I don't know who makes a kit car. They pay people to put it together and they're cash on. People are, I don't know. You find those Teslas and stuff cost you about as much to run as a regular gas car. You're paying for the novelty and you can't go anywhere. Try to take a road trip to Florida, it could take you a month to get there. Waiting overnight, charging it every night, right? Regular car, you get there in 3.5 days, right? Some people opt for the dual motor Tesla. They were twice as stupid. No, I'm joking. But, you know, I don't, a Tesla, see in the beginning when people first had them, they take off really quick. You think, wow, they move pretty good. You don't see them doing that anymore. They learned that if you try to punch in those, your battery drains really quick. So they claim you'll get 7 hours a day. If you drive like a grandma and don't go too fast, don't try to get around any cars, drive the speed limit or a little less, and you have no hills, you might get 6 hours a day. So they're not what people think. During a busy day, Christmas shopping and stuff, you run out before you get home. Or if you live in PV, you got to go up and down the hill twice that day. Then you got shit, and then you got to run to your office in Beverly Hills. By the time you get back, you're not going to make it up the hill. So going uphill drains the batteries technically too. You want to take a ski trip to Mammoth, you have to charge before you go up the hill. This is by the time you get there. So had an Uber driver had one, and if he says he can get about 7 hours a day in, 6-7 hours a day if he doesn't go any faster than 45 miles an hour and there's no hills. So he's one of those Uber drivers. If you're in a hurry, often they'll speed up for you. You don't want that guy because he drives like a turtle. Otherwise, he runs out of juice. Yeah, hills will burn your juice, or accelerating a bit to go fast will drain the battery big time. One guy went to those window tint and stereo shops, got an upgraded stereo for it because they got a wimpy stereo. You barely hear it, right? It's like a big plastic hollow box for the speaker with a little tiny speaker in it, right? To make it resonate and sound like more. You barely hear it in traffic and stuff, so you wouldn't got a real stereo put in. The bass speaker booming, a little, preamp and all this, right? He's getting like an hour a day of driving, so he brought it to Tesla for the warranty. I'll only get an hour. Oh, we see here you've used non-Tesla products. It states in the warranty that you must use all Tesla products. You got to use their cheap stereo that's about 1/4 watt, and he put a real stereo in it, it would drain all his battery. Took all his battery if we get like an hour a day. Yeah, true story. So your warranty is void because you're not using genuine Tesla parts, right? Right, like they had the Mercedes SLS came out some years back. It was in memory of the original one from the late 50s. The SLS with gull wing doors. The hinges on the doors are above you, so the driver and the passenger, the hinges are above you, right in the center, like a T-top would be, right? And so the problem with it, the newer one that they came out with a few years back, 10 years ago, it's got a big engine, it's an AMG, but if it flips over, you're stuck because the hinges are on top. The doors open gull wing, the whole door is like this, and it opens up like that in the center. So they can't, for safety reasons, you can't have that. You got to show a way to get out of the car so you don't burn up in the car when it crashes. You're upside down, you can't get out. So what they do, Mercedes had the idea, they equipped the hinges in there where you don't see them behind the scenes with nitroglycerin. Yeah. So when your car crashes and flips upside down, boom, the nitroglycerin blows off and it blows your doors right off. That's true.
We talked about doing that.
And so, you know, but here's the problem. The guy was having problems. So this is one case I heard. The guy's having problems with his doors. It's not shutting right. He brings it to Mercedes. They want like $4,000 to fix it. It's not shutting properly. $4,000? Are you kidding? Well, it's a special this, that. So he goes to his regular mechanic, Julio, down the street, right? Julio, no, they think you're rich because you got Mercedes. He says, they overcharge you. They rip you off. Well, I do it for $400, right? Shit, he's bragging to his friends. I'm ripping him off. I'm charging him $400. It'd be easy for me to line the door up, right? So as he's getting in there, it says qualified Mercedes technicians only. In his mind, that's because they want to charge you more because they figure you're rich. You have Mercedes, he says, right? They charge you that because they think you're rich. You got the Mercedes, and they charge you that. I do it for $400. He went up in there. He ignored the sticker and stuff. Caution, you know, trained technician, Mercedes only. Blew his damn hand off, you know. There's other cases where people crashed, and see, if you crash and your hand happens to be up there when you're crashing out because you're tumbling around and it goes off, you blow your own hand. Or maybe you're not in your seatbelt and you fall, your head hits the hinges there and you're upside down. And yeah, so it lasted a few years and they pulled that. That's true. That's true, yeah. Nitroglycerin packed hinges. So that was their way to combat it. Unless you got the convertible version. Obviously it doesn't need that. It has regular doors that open on the side. It's convertible. But the other one, the hinges are right in the center of both on the top of the roof. Because it opens up like that. Like the center is the end of my fingers. Same with the other side. So it opens up like that in the door. It looks cool, you know. Yeah. That guy from Shark Tank, whatever, the short little guy, at the beginning of that Shark Tank show, he drives one. You'll see him with one of the doors open like that, yeah. Yeah. Where people come up with different ideas and stuff, yeah. I don't know if you have that, Shark Tank. I think he owns a baseball team too, that guy, yeah. It's a little different, this Columbia, little one on the other Ursus that didn't have all the yellow on it like that. It was a little older looking, but typical Columbia sailboat. Popular in the 70s. Obviously Columbia brand. And I like the Navigante over there. Alright, I'm going to end this video. And the Ocean Club up here. Join it, be a member, move in. Okay, Jeff Green, Verdano Pier.